So I don't know if you can ever say it's a former life, but for 11 years, Dean Clegg, I was a preacher. That's how I made my money. And so it's been a year since I've got a good preach in, and so thank you for the opportunity. We may never get out of this 5-minute introduction. But around 9 p.m. on that Monday night when Baltimore rested the attention of the world, a group of concerned students collaborated to write a letter to Dean Clegg that essentially said this: as we approach 100 years in rigorous pursuit of public health science, leadership, and practice, and again recognized as the nation's #1 institute of public health, we are compelled to bring to bear all of our available resources to resolve this critical public health crisis in our beloved city, to respond to our community with humanity and humility. And Dean Clegg responded not much more than 90 minutes later, after he had just arrived home, and immediately rallied and connected us with dedicated faculty, staff, students, and administrators who had already voiced their concern. And so on the very next morning, we were around a table strategizing about what we need to do immediately, medium term, long term, the steps that we should take. And then just 2 weeks now of planning, this magnitude of a conversation was pulled together, and we did so quickly because we really didn't want to lose momentum, and we wanted to recognize our responsibility and capacity to dismantle the structural violence that has been terrorizing Baltimore communities long before the cameras showed up. Overwhelmingly, students, staff, and faculty in the school prioritized today as an opportunity to invite the all too frequently unheard in this space and actively listen, be challenged, prompted as public health professionals to act upon the underlying systemic inequities that are implicated in the homicide of Mr. Freddie Gray and countless others. And so after more than 700, and I think Dr. Holtgrave updated me, 800 emails flying everywhere, daily and frequent conference calls, nicknames I gave to people that some of them know, some of them don't. Multiple drafts of open community Google Docs, which students participated in. We've arrived at this point to present Engaging Baltimore, a day of reflection and progress. And in my notes, I have parentheses, applause. But know that when we speak of engaging, this is about our commitment to come out beyond the precipice of power and privilege so that we can more authentically confront the social arrangements that injure communities by putting them in harm's way. And finally, I'll say, there is a great service that is inscribed upon the halls of these walls, and we are all here today to articulate that.
Kind of a tough act to follow. All I'll say is preach, Cory, I agree. So I just want to extend my deepest appreciation, especially to all of the community members that we have in our audience today. These are people who have been out on the front lines well before the events of last Monday, and the fact that they're giving us their time to engage in a much-needed dialogue about those short, medium, and long-term steps in the university's role is just so greatly appreciated on behalf of myself and the entire planning committee. So thank you for that. So since we are approaching our 5 minutes, I just want to let you know the day is going to be structured in 2 main parts. During the morning, we are going to listen. We are going to be joined by amazing speakers such as the Honorable Elijah Cummings, Dr. Thomas LeVeist, Dr. Lena Wen, the Health Commissioner of Baltimore City, as well as a panel of community experts. And taken together, we're going to get a sense of the historical context that brought us where we are today, as well as some of the on-the-ground dynamics to help us have a deeper appreciation and understanding of the complex issues currently facing our city. So I guess without much further ado, the first person that I'm going to bring up to kick us off this morning is Jared Forte. He is a project coordinator at the Video Lab at Micah Place, which is a program located in the East Baltimore community that teaches photography and videography for free to community youth and adults. He is going to come up and introduce a video, which we will share, that can bring some of the youth voices into the room, even though they can't be joining us today because they should be at school. And it is entitled Patterson for Peace. So, Jared, if you would join me up here. Thank you.